Y'all, the divine literally just gave me this caption like right now. So there's some individuals, okay, they're regretting not meeting your reasonable requirements, okay, after walking a mile in your shoes. So I started the live at 12:21. So there's something about these people mirroring some type of events or contextual um, details that they put you under, okay, or a certain way that they treated you, something that they exposed you to, people that they were connected to treating you a certain type of way, talking about you, or with these reasonable requirements, this should just be simple respect or basic respect that they could have made it seem like you were reading too much into something, you were being too sensitive, you was doing too much, you was making something out of nothing. When in actuality, these are things that on a basic level, anybody would appreciate if others respect it. Okay, um, there's something about energies being spoiled by how you treat them as well, because maybe they couldn't relate or resonate because they were so used or saturated with how you treat them, how you show up, how you love, okay? And you treating them with a certain type of respect, like that energy of treating others how you want to be treated. So, especially with people that you care about, people that you love, right? Okay, yeah. Because I made a whole video about that a long time ago about the golden rule. That golden rule, it depends. It depends on the person. So, but granted, so this is something significant about people you were close with, okay? People where you actually love them, okay? You treating them how you feel they deserve to be treated, how you deserve to be treated, and them making a big deal out of you requiring, okay, that mutuality, that reciprocity. So a channel song that I heard was X Factor, okay, by Lauren Hill. So the first card we got, you believed in yourself, your vision, even when others didn't. Okay. So maybe they thought this was going to contribute to some type of self doubt or like disempower you, or even trying to make it seem like um, you expecting for people to treat you the way you treat yourself, okay? And this is not even like you being all extra. It's really just basic respect, to be honest. Maybe there's something significant about them being connected to people who don't really respect themselves and don't really respect them, okay? There's not really real standards and boundaries that considers the soul, okay, that considers um, a person's like psychological health and things like that. Maybe it's something about them being connected to people who normalize certain behaviors, okay? Um, and anyway, so there could be a Sagittarius that's significant. Sagittarius did come out upright. There could also be a Pisces in reverse that's significant for some of you guys, okay? So let's see. Let's see what's going on. Was that the only card? I did see something about I did see something about that whole golden child energy. Um, somebody's in a situation where they feel like they don't have any way out, or there's no way out. I did see that card. Um, there was a few other cards, but I can't really recall. I can't think of what it was. Okay, so let's see what comes out. So strength card, you got the strength card, the sun card, ace of, no, this is the sun card, strength, the sun, ace of pentacles, death. Okay, these are way too many cards. Okay, so death to the seven of cups, and you're in this emperor energy, you're in the emperor position after putting some type of ending or transforming some type of seven of cups situation. So this has something to do with options. This has something to do with somebody trying to confuse you emotionally. I did pick up on that too before I sat down to do this live. Yeah, so these are definitely individuals from the past. There could be something significant about you having um, deja vu or experiencing deja vu. These people could be experiencing deja vu in regard to some type of repeated patterns from their past. Okay, some type of karmic lessons that they were supposed to learn. Okay. You got simp. And I'm hearing it could all be so simple. Like something could have been so simple. If there's kids connected to some of these people, there's something about you being like a great role model, okay, in the kids' life that they're connected to. And these people the kids could be asking about you, or certain like somebody's child or children could be asking about you, and it's like somebody's being met with some type of like personal intervention. Like it's like they have they're in a space of introspection where they're having to check themselves because they know why you're no longer around. You're no longer around because they had you fucked up. You know what I'm saying? But there's something about you being a pillar and just being a positive role model to their family, to their community. And again, if there's children involved, there's definitely something significant about the children missing you. Okay, somebody's child missing you. This is like you don't have to. This doesn't have to be your child. You can be like auntie, uncle vibes. For some of you guys, this could be your actual family. These could be people who are like family. Okay, but it's something about the kids miss you. The kids are asking questions. They're asking why you're not around. Where are you? Okay, and it's like the person that they're asking, they know it's because of them. Ace of Swords. Yep. It's like they overcomplicated something that could have been so simple. Okay, and this could have had something to do with ego. Okay, like some type of ego battle, some type of power struggle, something about you triggering this person. Okay, like I'm definitely getting something about basic respect, like just simple respect. Confirmation with the high priestess and the empress. The empress and the high priestess is here together. Okay, yeah. For some of you guys, this could be your children. Okay, you could be this mother energy. Okay, it could be a mom, it could be your kids or somebody's kids, or you just have this empress energy. Okay, effect on these people. Okay, there's something very motherly, maternal. Okay, fruitful, fertile about you. Something about you producing healthy fruit as well. So even if this is just you being like a great role model, the things that you talk about, how attentive you are, okay, or just the energy that you bring to the environment. Okay. Yeah. So you have the Hierophant, cult leader, and the Nine of Swords. So I'm immediately hearing there's something about energies being sadistic towards you, like being in some type of sadistic energy, like conniving, like undermining you. Um, but this was supposed to be something that they could kind of just get away with, and because they know you as this empress like energy, they underestimated this high priestess, and I feel like that's why the empress and the high priestess came out together. Okay, they underestimated your intuition. You got the Seven of Wands, and also this energy of you chasing healing. Okay, at all costs. Like there's something about that, especially with the first card being you believed in yourself and in your vision, even when others didn't. Okay, so somebody could definitely try to make your internal foundation um, of your ambition or your goals, your aspirations. They could have tried to like create some type of shakiness with that. Okay, or they didn't want you to feel confident in speaking up for yourself, or like um, holding fast to your boundaries regarding like respect. Okay, definitely your boundaries. Okay, so let's see. Let's see. So someone with a horrible personality. So someone with a horrible personality could be involved. And it brought my attention to this blah 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 energy after I read that. Someone with a horrible personality, blah blah blah. So this is somebody who was intentionally going out of their way to ignore you or make you feel unheard, okay, or unimportant, like, and it cost them you. It cost them your presence. It cost them your friendship. It cost them. It cost them. Okay, there's definitely a loss that surpasses them. Like I'm telling you, there's something about some type of ripple effect or some type of domino effect or other people attachments that they had who are also benefiting from the connection with you. So somebody didn't think that far. They weren't thinking that big. Okay, yeah. And I'm telling you, like, there could be something just very peculiar or rare, like, about your presence, even your personality. You could be the complete opposite. You could be somebody who has an amazing personality, okay? Mm-hmm. Yep. And it's almost like how they showed up with you. It's almost like they responded to you, or they showed up with you as if you have a horrible personality, okay? Mm-hmm. But you're somebody who's very honest, very truthful, trustworthy, especially with this Ace of Swords energy. Somebody could be an Aquarius as well. Yeah. So there's something about God granting you some type of revelation about something. It says, "Show me what I cannot see." Just give me a moment. But yeah. So it says, "Show me what I cannot see." God grant me revelation. So there's something about God giving you some type of revelation about some energies that were intentionally trying to raise your cortisol, like intentionally stress you out. Okay, there could be something about you needing to do a cortisol flush. Listen to 174 hertz, 528 hertz. Okay, this is the stress dissolver, and it helps reduce anxiety. Okay, but there's something about just your methods, like your ways of doing things, the way you move around stressful situations, or people who you know are intentionally trying to like trigger some type of stress. There's something about how you move around. Okay, yeah, and you not giving them the satisfaction to stress you out. Okay, again, it could all be so simple. That's the channel song for this reading. It could all be so simple, but you rather make it hard. These are people who they rather have make something hard. They rather something be hard. These would be people who could feel intimidated about your empowerment, you speaking up for yourself, like in addressing them and confronting them. Okay, so there can even be like a lot of attacks on your throat chakra, like people wanting you to stumble over your words. There can be something significant about you making people nervous, okay, because you're having a tough conversations. You don't mind confronting the matter at hand. You get what I'm saying? It doesn't matter what the mood is at the time. Okay? It doesn't matter if, oh, we laughing and ha ha ha, or we have a surface or basic conversation, and it's like if they throw some little shade in there, or if they do something come at you sideways, you don't mind talking about it. Okay? You don't mind addressing them about it. And this could have been people who wanted to humble you, okay, from being a real friend. Okay, showing up how we're supposed to show one another. Like instead of holding a grudge or allowing something to grow into a grudgeful energy, like you rather just confront the matter at hand, just talk about it. Okay. So there was definitely look, they rather make something hard. There was definitely this energy of trying to humble you from like being so bold. Okay. But this wasn't a boldness that you were abusing. If anybody was abusing boldness, it was them. It was them boldly trying to disrespect you, okay? On some side of their neck shit. Like there's something about them being slick with it as well. Yeah. There's something about them being slick. Okay. And you peeping. Okay, and you not being afraid to address the matter, have a conversation about it. Okay. There's something significant about your natural leadership energy. Like, okay, you could have like a leadership personality. Okay. You got dehumanized you in reverse. Okay. So there was definitely some efforts here to dehumanize you. Okay, that was unsuccessful. But again, just like the caption, there's something about these people being put like in scenarios where they're the receiver of the energy that they were given to you. Okay, so they're actually being humbled right now. Okay, there could be something significant about money. These people could be feeling they could be feeling some anxiety regarding finances or like long-term stability or like what they're gonna do, like um finding their purpose. Okay, these would be people if they have some type of revelation of their purpose, they can be in this energy of like not really having confidence, not being sure of themselves, okay, questioning their path. Okay, you could literally be the complete opposite. But the reason why they're like this because there's something about them sowing confusion or trying to sow confusion in your life because there's something about you being so sure of yourself. Okay, that can be very intimidating to some people. Okay, even if you don't have the full vision, okay, there's something about you being headstrong, okay, you encouraging yourself, okay? You believe in yourself, comfort. You believe in yourself and your vision, even when others didn't. Even and in most cases, people people who don't have the self-love or just the love in general to believe in you, believe in what you believe in for yourself, or to believe in your vision. A lot of times they don't believe in themselves and they don't have a vision. They don't believe in their own visions. Okay, so it's nothing to take personal. It's definitely giving these people wanted you to take it personal and you simply didn't. Like you just looked at it like, okay, that's just a reflection of yourself. That has nothing to do with me. You don't believe in yourself. I can understand why you don't believe in me. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to keep in mind, I'm present in these conversations I have with you too. Okay, there could be something significant about you helping to like give people the confidence to go forward with things, or like people wanting to, their reason for sharing certain things with you is because they want to get that push, they want to get that approval. And this is not in a toxic way, because there's nothing wrong with that if it's from a trustworthy source. You are that trustworthy source. There's something about these people being flaky with you when it comes to repaying a favor. Okay, but you can be used to that, you can be accustomed to that. Okay, there can be something significant about you having big dreams. Okay, there can be something significant about people feeling offended by your dreams. Okay, by the things you decide for yourself that may be outside of the norm. Okay, they can feel intimidated by that, or take it personal, or even feel like you're throwing some type of shots. Like for example, I don't have any children yet. So let's say I have a friend, um, they have a family or whatever, that's neither here or there. They have kids, let's say they're not with the father of that kid, which that's neither here or there either. But they take it personally that I aspire for myself to be with somebody who doesn't have any kids as well, and we have our kids together. That's just an example, and I'm just saying that because that's just me expressing myself with who's supposed to be a safe space, who's supposed to be a friend. Okay, even if we have a lot of things in common, we're still individuals, so we're still gonna have differences. Okay, whether that be differences in goals, aspirations, opinions, any of that. But there's something about people feeling not so supportive, or not being as not being as quick or as wholesome and supporting, like whenever you talk about your goals and aspirations, even though you're that way for them. Okay, I'm also picking up, but you're not the type of person that's gonna support bullshit either. Okay, like you're going to give constructive criticism if they open up the lines for that. If they ask you, you know, what you think about something, you're going to be honest. Okay, you're not just going to kiss ass for the simple fact that we have a connection, we're friends, so I love you. If I love you, I'm going to tell you the truth from my perspective. That doesn't mean you got to take my truth and run with it. You know what I'm saying? You can even object my truth, and I'm gonna feel offended. I understand. You're you, I'm me. However, you ask my opinion, I'm just gonna tell you. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna speak from me. You know what I'm saying? That's all I can be, is me. Like it's something about these people wanting to kind of shape you into, I don't know, being more agreeable or something like that. And it's like you're agreeable if you genuinely agree, but if you don't, then you don't. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, freeze response. Yeah. So somebody could be in this energy, or maybe there was like a lot of manipulation and tactics to kind of get you in this freeze response. Because a lot of times we talk about fight or flight, but it's actually fight, flight, freeze, or fawn. So with this freeze response, so there's definitely this energy of you not fighting, them not being able to get you to fight, like in regards to like fight with them, get into some type of debacle where your energy is harvested, where your cortisol is raised, and you get stressed out and shit. Maybe this used to happen to you in the past. Okay, with this past life energy, but you're not there anymore. Okay, you're not allowing people that power anymore. Okay, if anything, it's like, even if it happens in the slightest, like you're going to immediately meet that with some type of stress dissolver. Okay, whether that be working out, whether that be yoga, whether that be listening to certain music. Definitely sound frequencies is significant. Okay, listening to certain sound frequencies, just being very intentional about relieving stress. Okay, in a healthy way. Yep. Like there's something about you. If anything, you're going to use that fight energy to fight against the evil that's trying to disturb your peace. Okay. Mm-hmm. So freeze response. So you do have the Nine of Swords out here. So there could be somebody that's in this energy, like where they're feeling frozen, they don't know what to do. Okay. Yeah. They don't know what to do. They're unsure about their next step, or there could be some issues surrounding their confidence. Okay. Shuts down to minimize harm. Even with that though, shutting down to minimize harm. This can even be you like shutting something down so that it's unable to progress to something like toxic. Okay, like you just shutting it down, like you seeing what it is, you seeing like what you're trying to, what somebody's trying to bait you into, and you shutting it down. You taking very intentional steps and actions to shut that down. Okay, whether this be like you taking control of the conversation, like you leading the conversation, or you steering the conversation in a mature manner. You being very mindful of how you respond. So you responding with maturity, for example. Okay. Opposed to them wanting you to like respond impulsively or like with this lack of self-control. Okay. You got consistent, consecutive, constant witchcraft out of desperation to a person who's a safe space, a protector, a guardian of children. Confirmation. And you got bridle your tongue. Confirmation. Damn. So going back to some of these people, there's something about you having some type of positive impact or influence to their attachments in their life. Okay, whether that be, children involved, there's definitely children here. Okay. And these children seeing you as a safe space, a protective energy. They feel safe with you. They feel like you generally care about their safety and their security. You feel like a guardian to these children, okay? Mm-hmm. So somebody can be conflicted. Somebody can be conflicted as to how to explain or whether they should just flat out be honest, okay? And be accountable and just tell them like how you showed up with them or whatever. I don't know. So this can even be like, how sometimes, especially like when it's with kids and teens and stuff like that, if the person really is guilty, they don't really want the kids to see them, in a negative way. So they may give them like a surface response, but they could be like conflicted internally as to, okay, they're being made to think about you, to reflect on why you guys are no longer like this. You get what I'm saying? Why you guys are no longer connected or talking, or why you're no longer coming around. Okay, so that's for some of you. If this is a totally different situation, there's something significant about somebody simping to some fake friends or a group of fake ass people when it comes to believing in you, believing in y'all's connection, believing in themselves, believing in their own vision. You could be somebody who feeds the vision that they have for themselves, or you add to them believing in themselves. But there's something about somebody being connected to or having some fake attachments, be any type of attachment, who somehow like somehow manipulated or peer pressure somebody into like forsaking their own vision or believing in themselves, believing in their own clarity. It's going to be somebody who went against their own clarity or intuition or discernment or gut feelings about something or about you. Okay. Yeah, they chose to make something harder than what it was. This could be somebody who's overly stressed. This could be the person who's stressed and who's in some type of freeze response right now. This could be somebody who's shut down because of some type of consistent, consecutive, constant witchcraft that was being done on this person to this person out of acts of desperation. Somebody could have really like just shut down to minimize the harm of or minimize some type of attack. Okay, some type of karma. This is definitely just be karma too. Like, or somebody thought that freezing something with you, shutting something down with you, shutting down with you, bringing something to a hard stop would minimize some type of harm from some fake friends or some fake attachments or people who are doing some type of consistent, consecutive, constant like witchcraft or overwhelming their energy, overwhelming their nervous system with this Ten of Wands and the Nine of Swords. And I'm even hearing, have you ever heard somebody describe a family as a cult? Have you ever heard that? And it's like, oh, duh, right? So this even be somebody in someone's family, like someone who has like a strong voice or strong stance, strong position in the family. Okay, whether that's a parent, it don't matter who it is. But somebody could have like went into some type of shutdown response. It's going to be something that they struggle with since they were a kid or since they were younger. This is like kind of what this may be like some type of trauma response, freezing, shutting down, thinking that this is going to minimize some type of harm, some type of judgment, okay, some type of abuse. Okay. I'm even hearing like there can be something significant about abusing somebody, or abusing religion, abusing information, weaponizing information about the person's mistakes, or there's something significant about somebody not trusting their own judgment. Somebody could have this could be somebody who just this could be about a person who has a horrible personality. Okay, there's something about this person experiencing like the same shit that they try to inflict upon you, but they're not you. Okay, first of all, you're innocent. It wasn't karma for you. You know what I'm saying? This is karma for whoever this is. This could even be somebody who could be praying like these type of prayers to the divine, like to show them what they cannot see. You can even be praying these prayers, okay, over your loved ones, or just simply over yourself. Yeah. You know, a long time ago, I talked about how, and you know how we're reflections of nature. That's the same for like crystals. It's like we're all living like crystals. That's why I like the concept of Steven Universe, because in the song they were like, we are the crystal gems. We'll always save the day. And if you think we won't, we'll always find a way. That's why the people love this world believe in. And then I think they're named after crystals, except for Steven. But the gag is Steven is shown as like just a regular human, but he's not a regular human. You get what I'm saying? Like it's kind of like us. We're we're like crystals. Okay, we can regulate energy, we can diffuse energy, we can positively affect energy. How we have different skill sets and different talents and gifts and abilities, or we may be more tapped in certain gifts and abilities than the next person, but they may be stronger in other gifts and abilities. Okay, so there's something significant about that. Okay, you personally, like, your gift could literally be you being able to dissolve stress. Okay, reduce anxiety in people. Okay, it can have a lot to do with your frequency. Okay, or like just the vibration that you're on. And it has something to do with the Ace of Swords. So this could just be like people who are stressed or very anxious due to some type of confusion. Okay, with the Ace of Swords here. So there's something about you bringing or clearing up the fog. Okay, affirming somebody's clarity, affirming the truth. Okay, whereas people are trying to mask the truth with lies in these people's lives or something like that. Okay, or even confuse them about your intentions. It says you were the one who didn't fuse with the family's function. Okay, so for some of you guys, this could be family members. Okay, this could be somebody else's family members, anybody's family. Okay, You were the one who didn't fuse with the family's function, how they've been functioning, okay? There's something toxic about this. Instead, you were dropping gems, okay? You didn't fuse with the family's function, but you were dropping gems here. Ace of Swords, confirmation. There's something about you sticking with the divine plan. Uh-huh. For your life. Mm-hmm. So this is somebody who feel like they don't know what to do right now. Okay? After trying to frighten you, to pull you back into their orbit. So trying to frighten you by dehumanizing you or making attempts to dehumanize you, okay? This could have been somebody who was trying to like um, turn your positive leadership qualities into some type of adversarial like rebellion. Uh, hmm. Or basically cause it to manifest like in the complete opposite. Okay, they didn't want you to see yourself as this leader or as a person with leadership potential. They didn't want you to see yourself as that. Yeah, there's something about you releasing the self that you were trained to be. Mm-hmm. As a listen, this has something to do with like somebody's toxic family, if not your own, or again people who are like family. This can even be like another person here, okay, who's focused on you. Somebody who was simping, okay, simping to people who are like family for them, who were these people abuse witchcraft consecutively or just some type of energy manipulation or emotional any type of manipulation for ill intentions or just to keep somebody in some type of toxic orbit here, something that's very stressful. Okay. This person could this person could be finally like releasing the self that they were trained to be, and it has a lot to do with some type of trauma, some type of shock to their system. Okay, this even be like how for some people in their childhood, they could have been made to feel like their voice doesn't really matter. Okay, told to shut up, stay in a child's place, da da da, all that stuff. Um, so somebody could have like struggled with communicating, like speaking their truth. Okay, speaking up for themselves with the Ace of Swords. Temp, yeah, confirmation because this person's mouth is like zipped shut. You know what I'm saying? And it's almost like they got on some type of suit, like some type of like psych ward suit. Okay, this could be somebody who has some type of psychological issues as a result of some type of consecutive trauma. Okay, consecutive abuse. There could be something significant about this the abuse being like subliminal. Okay, so I wanted to wait and see if the card was going to come out because I wrote it on the card, but this could have something to do with coercion, coercive control. Okay, I shared a video on my community board about that. You got quiet, steady, non-reactivity. So this is the energy that you're in. Okay, whenever there's attempt to put you in or induce some type of stress unnecessarily in you. Okay, people being like again, like Lauren said in the song, it could all be so simple, but there's something about people making things hard unnecessarily to intentionally stress you out. Now, something I channeled early today was, when a person's nervous system and you get overwhelmed so much, and we also store trauma in our bodies. It's almost like with this freeze response, shutting down to minimize harm, there's something significant about overstimulation of the brain, or like changing your brain chemistry due to some type of abuse, like especially an abuse that something that happens like behind closed doors, or it's supposed to be difficult to talk about. It's supposed to be difficult to express, but there's something about overwhelming your energy to reduce the possibility of you revealing some type of truth, okay, about the abusers, okay? You freeing yourself to limit you from freeing yourself, okay, due to the overstimulation of your brain trying to like make trying to rationalize the abuse from people who's supposed to love you or people that you love. Like you pour so much love into it, and it's just not making sense for them to be showing up like a certain type of way, or it don't make sense for you to be experiencing certain shit consecutively, right? Whether you love these people or not, there's something about you experiencing something consecutively that is supposed to like put you in this Seven of Cups energy. And I heard Seven of Swords. So there's something about some type of sneaky energy here. Or dealing with people, or people being influenced by someone with a horrible personality. You encountering people who have a horrible personality, okay? Consecutively. But anyway, so you're in this energy of being quiet, steady, and non-reactive, okay? To some type of attempts to pull you back into some type of toxic orbit. And again, this could be you or somebody else. Again, somebody could be a Sagittarius, somebody could be a Pisces, so there could be a karmic Pisces involved here. Losing their minds. That can even be why Pisces is here. Okay. I know Pisces is ruled by Neptune. The planet of illusions, dreams. Okay, the subconscious mind. Somebody could feel like they're losing their minds, or these people could be losing their minds now because they can't scapegoat your energy, or there's a scapegoat that's freeing themselves. Okay, they're releasing the version of themselves that they were trained to be, and it's like people are losing their minds as a result of this person doing this. This has something to do with this person being quiet, steady, and non-reactive to these people's like attempts to induce stress in them so that they can control them, or that so that the person can be more controllable. Confirmation. So right here on the floor, you got reactive abuse. Man. So these are people, I'm telling you, so these are people who are intentionally trying to get you to react a certain type of way out of abusing you. Subliminally, or this is a lot to do with the mind. Okay. But instead of reacting the way that they, or the way that you used to, or the way that they want you to, you got angry here on this card. You're quiet. It's like you're meeting that with silence. Okay. There's something about your response is being more mature. Like how you're reacting is like a lot more mature. You got non-reactivity. So somebody's no longer reacting to some type of abuse here. Okay. It says angry that they couldn't outcompete you. There's 2 more cards on the floor. I'll read them in the next video. Attempts to dismantle your identity, coercive control, confirmation. Okay. So releasing this self you were trained to be. So they were trying to train you to be something that would be more controllable, something that they can scapegoat, something that again is like the Jerry Springer Mari show conundrum. Okay, they can focus on somebody else. Okay, and not focus on the work that they're doing themselves. 101 on the clock. So these are some failed attempts here to dismantle your identity. Also failed attempts to regain some type of control here. Yeah. Something that's played out. God gave you the revelation of this energy, or somebody got some type of revelation about this energy. You could have also contributed to giving some type of revelation. You got the good guy, good girl act. Okay. So somebody who was so there's somebody involved who has a horrible personality, who was portraying some type of good guy, good girl act. Somebody wanted you to be seen this way as well. This is why they were trying to get you to react to some type of subliminal or hidden abuse, or some type of abuse that was going on behind closed doors. They wanted you to be seen this way, or they wanted to turn you into this energy. Okay. This is like people who are fake as fuck. Okay, and they wanted to turn you fake. Okay. So even if you were trying to maintain, they wanted you being a genuinely like good person to be seen as a mask or some type of act or some type of front. Yeah. So this is involving someone who's in a relationship with someone who lives a double life at their expense. Okay. So this could have been like past connections for you, you being in connections with people who live like double lives at your expense. Okay. Whoever these people are, okay, you're quiet, you're no longer reacting to these people. These people are losing their minds. Somebody's losing their mind. Nothing about them has changed as well. Hmm. Humiliation abuse. So somebody could still want to try and launch this on you, or they could still be trying to launch humiliation trauma. Right after humiliation abuse, they could still be trying to launch this in somebody's life to control them, pull them back into an orbit of toxicity. The way that their family function, okay? Instead of so this is somebody who's supposed to break some type of cycle, or somebody's breaking a cycle. So there's something about not allowing yourself to be tricked into tricked by emotions and stuff like that. Tricked by some type of games here. Or tradition. Tricked by tradition. That could be why Sagittarius energy came out earlier. It says humiliation, trauma to shape identity, attempts to dismantle your identity or somebody's. Okay. But you have on the armor of God. So you having on the armor of God is blocking some type of humiliation trauma through gossip. It says gossip or gossips about you because they don't want to deal with their own problems. Okay. Hmm. Yep. So a part of this was to invalidate you or invalidate someone to humiliate them. Okay. You outlasted an injustice. These are individuals who rely on drama and conflict for marketing, exposure, money, and power. It says when God opens his next door, you're going to understand why the enemy fought you so hard. And I always want to say this as a reminder. Just like we're influenced by the Most High, okay, we're influenced by angelic energy. People who act out, out of ill will and stuff like that. Obviously, they're influenced by some type of evil, okay? So there's something about you just maintaining the wisdom of that, and that's helping you like navigate through some type of traps here. Extreme beautification is upon you, okay? So there's something about you beautifying your energy, beautifying inside and out. You know what I'm getting to? So this can be like you having like some type of inner beauty about you, and then trying to dismantle that so that it'll also affect you externally or affect how you're seen or even affect what you experience and what you manifest for yourself. You manifesting beauty or beautiful alignments, okay? Safe spaces, but you remain a safe space not only to others but to yourself. Yeah. And the beauty of it all is that you always have access to this safe space for yourself, but you're a lot more selective about who you're a safe space to. And so people are losing their minds. People who have forsaken this, they're losing their minds behind the scenes. You got past life. It's something about past life, maybe past life enemies or past life habits, or just habits from the past that you're no longer living in the past. You got lost emotional control. These are energies who know that they've lost some type of emotional control over you, or they've lost emotional control over somebody. All right. Since y'all want to appreciate me and like